Hello everybody, this is Joshua Dearden. As you all know, I'm back for another video.
Hello everybody, this is Joshua Dearden. As you all know, I'm back.
So, somebody had to go.
The aftertaste, bleh.
Alright everybody, this is Dearden2007. This is my mama, Rebecca. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hello everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, everybody who's listening. I'd like to discuss the COVID-19 situation with everyone, okay? Me, I work in, right now I'm an essential worker. I'm a city maintenance worker and a fire engineer. I'm training to be a fire engineer. I'm training to drive the fire truck, pretty much. This COVID thing has really affected a lot of people. It's affected a lot of families, businesses, and nobody knows where it's headed. At one point in time, the Kansas governor had us at a level 1, which meant no visitors. Stores were closed, restaurants were closed, salons were closed, everything. The community center was closed. Let me put my seatbelt on. You cannot go into the community centers right now. We are closed to the public. But the governor has recently made a change that nobody expected. Nobody expected this to happen. Right now, the governor has upgraded us to a 1.5 level. And the way it was explained to me, that everything stays the same for us as the city maintenance workers, but restaurants, bars are still closed, restaurants are opening to the public, but they're limited. But everything at this moment in time is a by appointment only scenario, per the governor of Kansas. And I'll record her name later and add that in here. Everything is still limited. But I wanna work into talking about the banks. Now, I've seen a video. He's bold, he's right, he says some very forward wording to it, but what he says rings so true. And what he goes into is he discusses how the banks say that they care and that they want to help families and people, individuals and families affected by the COVID. And he discusses how the government demands that we stay home. It demands that we don't work. Not we, because I'm still working. Luckily, I am thankful, praise God, and thank you to the city of Pratt for allowing me the opportunity and the job that I enjoy doing as a city maintenance worker and a fire engineer. I am training to be a fire engineer. But for those who are forced to stay at home, who aren't working, what he's talking about is the real truth of how people cannot survive, and the banks, they cannot thrive. He also talks about how the $1,200 stimulus check, while appreciated, we are all very much appreciated for that check. What he talks about is how the banks say that they want to help these families and individuals with their mortgages and their credit cards and their loans. Like, he's bold. He says it. He's a no bullshit kind of guy. He's just straight out says it. And the government needs to listen. This ain't Trump's fault. I mean, the government, it's not his fault. It's Congress and Senate and all the profiteers in the legislation. But what he goes into is he states that a mortgage is anywhere from $800 to $1,200. A $1,200 check might help pay the mortgage, but it doesn't cover everything else. And people pay taxes on everything they do, and he goes into that in this video. And he also says that these people that are not working, he goes into how these people that are not working at this time and have mortgages and credit cards and car loans and things like that, these banks, they're greedy. They don't care. So American people do not want the banks to not charge them for their loan, but when they're not working due to being forced by the government to go home, the bank should be willing to add those 3 months on furlough that they're on to the end of the loan. Not the beginning, but to the end of the loan. So it'll be 3 months longer than like if it's an 18-year loan, you have 18 years left. You will now have an 18-year and 3-month loan. The bank should be willing to do that, to put it on the end. But he also discusses how these banks make $4 billion every quarter.
Every fucking quarter that you made $3 billion in profit. Profit, not income. Profit.
And they put no money aside to cover their own. They don't cover their own ass. They spend all their money. They make all this profit. If they just put away $1 billion out of that $4 billion that they make every quarter, they would have $40 billion. But in the comments below, tell me if you agree. If the banks really cared about the American people, the banks really cared about their customers, they would be willing to not credit or delinquish those payments to where you never have to pay them. Just move those 3 payments in these 3-month furlough, whether it be credit card, bank loan, car loan, mortgages. Nobody's asking you to remove them completely or credit them or give them a gift of 3 free months. Nobody's asking that. But the bank should be willing to just add 3 additional months to the loan due to these people who are being forced to stay at home the entire time. I'm just going to have you listen to Vic and hear how he says it. That's all you need to know. Listen to Vic.
Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's ass, the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? Having to tell the government what to do because they have their heads in their asses. Now follow me. There's something that's been bothering me, so I'm just going to say it now. Dear government, we understand that the virus is not your fault. It happened. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into that idea that maybe you could have acted sooner. We can deal with that when this is all over. But here's the deal. We need a real fucking plan. It was the right move to make everyone stay home because that's the only way to deal with a virus like this. But here's where I have a problem. So, you told us to shut down non-essential businesses. You told us to go home and quarantine. You told us we have to keep social distance and stay inside. But you told us you would help. So where is the fucking help? These checks are what they are. I mean, let's be serious. I'm not going to turn away $1,200 because, number one, if you're going to give it to me, I'm taking it. And number two, it's our fucking money, not yours. It's ours. We paid that in taxes for everything we do every fucking day. So, okay. Look at the typical family, mortgage payment, healthcare payment, car payments, electric, water, garbage, phone, blah, 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 blah. So maybe the $1,200 covers the mortgage. But what about all the other costs that we have each month? This $1,200 thing isn't doing shit for the normal working family. You want to help? Here's one idea. Tell the fucking banks and mortgage companies to stop all mortgage payments at this time. Just stop them. And don't give me that 3-month furlough bullshit. How does that even make sense? So someone who lost their job because you said to stay at home doesn't pay mortgage for 3 months, but in the 4th month, they have to not only pay that month that's due, but also the 3 months they owed in full because it was furloughed. How the fuck does that help, you greedy cocksuckers? Someone was just unemployed and not earning money for 3 months. They weren't earning money. Hello? Now they just start back to work and all that money magically appears so they can pay the 3 months in a lump sum. How are they fucking paying that? Are you fucking idiots? Look, it almost makes sense that they can start paying the current mortgage due for the month when they go back to work. But they can't pay the prior 3 months. They had no income. So here's the idea. Just add the 3 fucking months of the furlough to the back end of the loan. So if they had, let's say, 19 years and 6 months left in their mortgage, just add the 3 months. So now they have 19 years and 9 months. How fucking hard is that? You'll get your money, you shitbags. It's just delayed. The working stiff wins if you do that. It really helps. It actually helps. And what is up with these banks and lending assholes? I mean, come on. You literally make billions of dollars in profit quarterly. That's every 3 months. The last crash was 10 years ago. So you have 10 years of massive profits and you need a bailout after 2 weeks of a shutdown? How come we, the people, have to save for a rainy day, but you save nothing? Every fucking quarter that you made $3 billion in profit. Profit, not income. That means you paid all your salaries and bills and everything you needed to pay to run a company for 3 fucking months. So every time you made $3 billion in a quarter, if you had just put $1 billion in the bank, you'd have $40 billion in the bank after 10 years. That's not even including interest. But no, you greedy cocksuckers have to get bailed out again from our taxpayer money, and then you shit on us by not giving us a real break on our mortgages, credit card bills, or car payments, or anything, and the government allows this. We get fucked. We bail you out, we get fucked. Rinse, lather, repeat. You dirt neck fucking pieces of shit should have had more than enough money to keep paying your workers and and give everyone a break in mortgage payments the way I said for the time being. And again, I'm not saying to wipe the slate clean. I'm saying to just add the missing mortgage payment to the back end of everyone's loans. Do it for everything. The car lease is now 3 months longer. The credit card payment is now 3 months longer. The mortgage payment is now 3 months longer. You want to help the American worker, you can eliminate all payments due until this is over. That way, unemployment and stimulus checks would only be needed for food. That is what the American family needs now. That would help us. You greedy cocksuckers and you government lackeys who suck the balls of the big corporations and shit on the people are just as bad. Shame on you all. There could be a real plan in place, a real plan to get people through these next few months, a real plan to be testing, a real plan to allow workers who are considered non-essential to not worry about catching a virus and losing their house. You do the right fucking thing, you peckerheads. Having to tell the government what to do because they have their heads in their asses, that's what fucking ticks me off.
I did try to reach out to Vic. I know he's a busy man. He wasn't able to get back to me. He did reply with a thank you, Joshua, or something like that. I'll show you the screenshot. But I tried to reach out to him to see if he'd interview. Was unable to at this time. Hopefully I can get him on my channel in the future. Vic, you're awesome. Hope you enjoy the video. Lane control, buddy. Lane control.